Okay, it's 9:30. I'm just gonna start talking now. Okay, here I am. Hello, dear friends. I hope you've had a grand weekend and a good week this past week. I didn't stream on Friday because I was at momocon. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's over and I'm sad.
That's how it be.
But I'm here now, so I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play ocarina, and it's gonna be great. When I say ocarina, uh, uh, just like last time, no, I don't mean the actual game. No.
Nope, this is your ocarina instrument playing stream, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. I did see STL Ocarina at MomoCon. They usually do have a booth.
Yeah, they're the
I
ones I've
was,
got.
yeah, I was thinking of picking up another ocarina, but I decided not to. But yeah, by last stream we went through this little ROM hack. We played through the main game, so we played through like all these scenes and everything, and it was pretty cool. But there's these extras as well, and I'm gonna do a couple of
Ooh.
them. I'm not gonna do Ingo's Casino because that's just a card game. That's not very interesting. Um, not that they didn't do a good job making it. It's just not something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what this is. Yeah. All right, chat. You ready for this? Press start. Wait. Okay. Oh, you can go fast. Alright, well. No confidence. Alright. Okay. Nice. Whoa. Okay. I like how it says Talon -1 because Talon's dead. What? How did I do that? Okay, whatever.
Skillfully.
Yeah. Okay. It's rep. Okay. Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay, that yeah. Yeah. What the hell? Okay. I'm gonna save here.
Probably a good idea.
I got the mushroom. Course clear. Yeah! Wow, I really needed one of those. Thanks. In return, I'll tell you about a secret I've heard. Supposedly, there's a game with a giant egg in which you can become a criminal. And a pair of games with climate change and time travel. They say that extras can be unlocked by connecting them to it on the title screen using a certain accessory. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you can figure it out. See ya. Okay.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. So the extra he's talking about I already have unlocked. But the intended thing is that you if you have an N64 transfer pack, you can move your save data from one of the Game Boy games to your N64, and that will unlock this extra.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they like figured out a way to integrate like with like real hardware and everything. It's really cool. I didn't do that. I just went to the settings menu and put a code. This case contains spoilers for The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Progress through this story will overwrite your current progress through the main story of Hero of Law. Continue. Let's go! This case works best if Link is a thief in your Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening save file. Please insert a Link's Awakening or Link's Awakening DX game pack into the transfer pack. No. Continue anyway. Default name will be used. Yes. June 6, 2:17 a.m. Hyrule Grand Court. Courtroom number 7. Made it in time, I guess. What's our court record? Okay, we just have the badge. Still no clue why on earth they called me in here at this ungodly hour. You? Yes, me. I don't like being woken up at 2 a.m. either, believe me. I really hope that old fool has a good explanation for this. Old fool? You mean the judge? Ah, I see you're both already here. Splendid. Hey, I hope this wasn't too much of an inconvenience for you. Yeah, it's only 2 in the morning. That remains to be seen. What could possibly be so important about this burglary case as to warrant this kind of urgency? Case? We're doing a trial? You mean you haven't been told, defense? Oh dear, my apologies. I suppose I did order the soldiers not to tell anyone about what happened. They must have interpreted that a bit too literally. But that's fine. Secrecy is paramount here. Yes, having an entire entourage of Hylian soldiers arriving at the Gerudo's fortress in the middle of the night was the pinnacle of stealth. No one knows. It's a secret to everybody. Objection. Wait a moment. I can't just defend someone off the cuff like this. That'd be incredibly unfair to the defendant. Oh, doubting your skills? As much as I'd like to agree with you, Defense, we have no choice in the matter. This trial must happen this very moment.
Okay.
Well, get on with it then, old man. What is this about? Right, yes, of course. Let me start from the beginning.
A very good place to start.
Before time began, there was the cube.
There's a meme in my One Piece podcast because they read the previously on from the book.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And there are times, like in Water 7, where it will start with, after the Straw Hats entered the Grand Line.
Okay. That's good. Okay. A few hours ago, I was finishing my daily ablutions when a great light appeared within my chambers. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. The night literally became day before my very eyes. And that wasn't all. People started to come out of the light. I was shaken with fear. One of those people claimed to be the goddess herself, Hylia. What? I know, believe me. I was as flabbergasted as you are. The goddess proceeded to explain that, in another world, one of her chosen heroes had been severely punished for committing some terrible deed. She decided that someone else should determine whether this punishment was just or not, to ensure her own biases would not affect the outcome. Our own world was chosen as the best candidate to make this judgment. Okay. This is a joke, right? There's no way any of this is true. This is insane! Yes, it seems the judge has completely lost his marbles. Clearly his age has finally caught up to him. I'll be filing appropriate notices as soon as I can. At the very least, we could both get back to sleep quickly. That is true. Ho ho! I believe I know just the way to convince you two. Soldiers, please call in the defendant. The defendant? What the? Well, this took a turn. Defense! Oh, what's happened? We don't have time to watch you pass out. Get yourself together. Oh, right. That's what happened. Well, Defense, are you convinced now? I guess I can't deny it, can I? That's definitely me. Younger, wilder, perhaps, but sure enough. I guess so. Excellent. In that case, let us formally begin. This court is now in session for the trial of... Thief of Koholint Island. Your Honor, you can't just declare him the thief from the get-go. No, of course not. I have his name written down right here. It seems I'm just unable to say it. Fascinating. A curse of sorts? I assume this is the punishment where to decide is just or not. Just? How could this be just? His name is Thief. So, that's a funny little bit from the Oracle games. There's a certain place that you can steal items from, and if you steal an item, the name of your save file is changed to Thief for the rest of the game. To be forever called a thief by everyone, even I can't say my own name anymore. As far as I'm concerned, it seems right to me. After all, everyone is just speaking the truth, are they not? The defense demands the prosecution abstain from claiming unproven statements. I firmly believe my client innocent, of course. Oh, well, about that. I might have actually done it. Oh. Yes, Her Greatness did specify that the defendant's guilt was non-negotiable. We're only here to determine whether the punishment he faced for it was reasonable. Now then, prosecution, please give your opening statement. What? I don't know anything about this case, old man. You only just called us in here, remember? You're the one with all the details, so go on. Get to it. Well, I suppose Actually, why don't we just let the victim describe what happened? He should have the most accurate knowledge of the event. This must be some kind of nightmare. Every good lawyer knows you should never defend yourself. Does this count? Hello. All right. Who are you then? Ah, yeah. Myself, I own the tool shop back on Koholent, I do. The greatest shop in town it is, I tells you. It's the only shop in town. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not so close. No touching. You don't know what could happen. The world could implode. I don't think the goddess would allow this whole thing if that were a real possibility. So what if it's the only shop? There's no better, in this world or the next. Never seen anyone complaining. Yes, whatever. Now tell us what happened. How did you let yourself get swindled so easily? Aye, I'll say it all. Just you watch me. The Great Heist. 'Twas just normal day. I was tending to make cash register. Then, suddenly, this kid bursts in. A green blur, I tells you. He grabs the nearest thing and runs behind myself. So I turn around. But he ain't there anymore. So I turn back to the entrance. Caramba, he's gone. Nowhere to be seen, I tells you. I can't afford my wares going for free, you know. Alrighty, cheap as possible. Why, I oughta. Well, I suppose he did already pay the ultimate price. Wow, what a descriptive testimony. I feel as if I were there. Hold on, there's just one thing I'm confused about. Who was it that set this, curse, or whatever it is, on my client? 'Twas me, of course. What kind of shopkeep would I be without some magic? I know how it looks, but the guy can literally shoot deadly energy beams. I would not underestimate him. Right, of course. Without further ado, please proceed with the cross-examination, defense. Okay. Do you get many customers at your store on regular days like this, witness? Nah, can't say I do. It's a small town, you know. Besides, I think lately the people have been spending their money at that blasted trendy game. Oh, that four-eyed scoundrel running such an eyesore. Trent game? It's a crane game that's also in town. 10 rupees per game. It's pretty easy to win. Huh. There's something wrong if people prefer to literally gamble on a crane game than buy from this guy. Please continue, witness. And suddenly this kid bursts in. A green blur, I tells you. Hold it. A blur? Are you sure this was definitely my client? I swear to me mum. Couldn't be anyone else. It's a small town, you know. I know everyone there. No one else wears weird green dresses. Hey, this is my finest tunic. I fail to see how this matters in any case. Have you forgotten that your doppelganger's guilt has already been established, Defense? Forgotten? No, but I wish I could. He grabs the nearest thing and runs behind himself. What is it that was stolen anyway? Why's that matter? He stole something and that's that. No need to be getting into the nitty-gritty. As it happens, Defense, the goddess herself forbade us from talking about this. She called it a, technical limitation, whatever that means. What? That's the most important question here. If it was something cheap, surely we can agree this punishment is too severe. It is what it is. I must ask you to drop this line of questioning. This is ridiculous. Oh, I don't look so glum, chum. Here you go. This is a flyer with all my wares. This should give ya an idea of what it might have been. Well, it's something at least. The court accepts this flyer and evidence. Now then, witness, please continue. So I turn around. Patrons can just freely go behind the counter like that? No, of course not. I don't have a counter. What? Customers have to hold their items while I ring them up. Wouldn't the register have to be on a counter or something similar? Well, yeah, I suppose. But it's only big enough for me register, not for any products, too. That's what I meant. I see. You got a problem? Who are you to criticize me interior decor? Best to have as little extra fluff as possible. Keeps the customer eyes on the wares, you see? Well, I can't deny there's some logic to that. But he ain't there anymore. Aye, actually, that reminds me. I noticed that the wall behind me was starting to get moldy. This stray thought distracted me for just a split second, you see. Is this all a joke? Some kind of skit? So I turned back to the entrance. Let me guess, he wasn't there either. As I live, the slime gave me rope. Okay. So your establishment doesn't exactly have the tightest security, does it? Bah, never needed any. Everyone in town trusts everyone else. Everyone was shocked when I told them, I tells ya, shocked. I can't afford me wares going for free, they're already cheap as possible. I do have to ask, why did you need to steal from this store exactly? Oh, well, you see, I really needed one of the things in there. Yes, that's what paying is for. I was shipwrecked. I wasn't exactly swimming in rupees. Defense, do you have an actual question for the witness? Let us move on. Continue, shopkeeper. I suppose you did already pay the ultimate price. What does that mean? Oh, that's right. This guy literally killed me when I went back into the store. What? You know, if you're gonna make up a lie, at least make it believable. It's not a lie, it's true. How are you here then? I don't know. It got undone somehow. One moment I'm getting fried, and then poof. I'm back at the doorstep, and that guy's just smiling at me, creepily. Surely death is enough of a punishment for theft. This all sounds very hard to believe, defendant. Well, what did the witness mean by the ultimate price then? Ho ho! Why, I just meant the curse I set on him, didn't I? Yes, that was it. Perfectly sensible. Okay, I'm starting to get goosebumps, but surely that is all there is to it. Well, that's quite the testimony. If you say so. You're the liar here, whatever that means. Wait, are you saying there are no lawyers in your world? At all? I don't think there are. How weird. I can't imagine how that would even work. Anyway, best to stay on track. I don't have much to work with here, so I should keep pressing for more details. Okay. I think I know what I want to press him on. He says the goods are as cheap as possible. What does the inventory say? The wares list. Bow. What's that? 900 rupees? A shovel, 200 rupees. A shield, 20. Arrows, 10. Bombs, 10. Hearts, 10. That's... I want to ask him about this. Cheap, you say? That's not quite true now, is it? Whatever do you mean, defense? Your Honor, if you'd look at the flyer the witness has so graciously provided us with. Do any of the items here seem like a bargain to you? Well, let's see. Goodness gracious. 980 rupees for a simple bow? That's more than I get paid in. Now wait just a bloomin' second. All the villagers be happy with me shop. No one's ever complained, you know? Is that so, witness? Tell me, how many customers do you get each day? That's not important. It's all because of that blasted trendy game. Not me fault folks prefer to play with that stupid crane. We'll agree the prices are a bit inflated. So what? What do you mean, so what? My other self needed to survive somehow, and the prices were entirely unreasonable. I was shipwrecked. It would have taken me months to get that kind of money. Yes. Given a survival scenario, I suppose this explains the defendant's motive at the very least. Indeed, he didn't just steal out of malice or with profit in mind. It was a life or death situation. Life or death, you say? Tell me, which one of the items listed in that flyer is necessary for survival precisely? Well, for instance... Exactly. Maybe the recovery hearts? 10 rupees is way too much for those. Oh, I agree. That's a terrible deal, given that you can get them by cutting some grass. Yeah. Oh. Yes, everything this store carried that one might need for survival could have easily been obtained elsewhere. The defendant had no pressing need to steal anything. Prosecution makes a valid point. There's no food or water listed on the wares after all. I wasn't just trying to survive, I was trying to leave the island. Leave the island? Bah! And how would you do that using this set of items, pray tell? Were you planning to paddle off the island with a shovel? No, not directly like that. The island can't be escaped by normal means. I needed them to wake the windfish. What?
Amazing.
The heck is a windfish? I'm not sure. Right. So you knew it needed to be awakened because an owl told me. Are you trying not to make sense at this point? Perhaps I can shed some light on this particular matter. By Jove, is that a talking owl? Felt like I was needed, and so I came. Hoot. You would be wise not to scoff at what your counterpart is telling you. So you mean... Yes, of course. Everything the brave young lad has said is true. He's on a special quest, and Koholin's no regular island at all. If you'll allow me, I can explain everything. Oh, thank the goddesses. Finally, someone will actually explain something. What utter nonsense! I object to the presence of this animal in my courtroom. No way am I going to listen to testimony from an owl. So you've accepted everything else happening here, but not this? The defense demands the right to cross-examine the bird. Out of all the bone-headed, stupid... Order. Allow me to share my opinion on this matter. Given the situation at hand, I see nothing wrong with allowing a bird to testify, unusual as it may be. Mr. Owl, please, tell us all we need to know about how to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. I mean, the nature of Koholint Island. Hoot! Koholint's very existence, its very essence, hoot! It is tied to the windfish's slumber. As long as the windfish sleeps, the island cannot be escaped, like a terrible nightmare. The young swordbearer must thus search for 8 instruments of the sirens and play a ballad that will wake the Great One. Hoot! With the instruments all united, the windfish's slumber shall come to an end, and so shall Koholint. Okay. That didn't explain anything either. Ha! Just like I said, listening to this bird was a waste of time. Hoot. Perhaps that was not as clear as I'd hoped. Do forgive me. Over-mystifying is a bit of an occupational hazard for our kind. What occupation? Professional owl? Please, if you have questions, I will happily answer. Hoot. Hoo. The witness seems to be all but begging to be cross-examined. Defense, please go right ahead. Hoot. Statement 1. Well, let's start with the Dodongo in the room. What the heck is a windfish? Dodongo? No, young counselor, you must be confused. Hoot. The windfish, the Leviathan, is a huge whale. As far as Koholint is concerned, it has always been, and as long as Koholint is, it will always be. Right, a deity whale. I bring up the fact that whales are not fish, but at this point I don't think it really matters. So, what would happen if you tried to leave the island? Why couldn't you just build a raft and try to sail away? Holt, truthfully, I do not know. Perhaps, no matter how long you sailed, the island would just never fade from view. The sea would never end, like an infinite staircase, until you turned around and found yourself back where you started in no time. Or, perhaps, you would just die. Yikes, that's a possibility? I admit, I thought about trying that a few times. Hoot, there's but one way to escape. To get the instruments, play the song. Well, how does one obtain these elusive instruments exactly? Hoot, that is no simple task, to be sure. The instruments of the sirens sleep deep within temples scattered across the land, fraught with monsters and traps and other dangers, and at the end of each, a formidable foul foe guarding a peace. Yes, Hoot, to obtain all the instruments of yore is to slay all those who corrupt the island from within. Slaying foes? This sounds like some kind of mass murder spree. It appears... Yes. It appears that our worlds may differ from each other more significantly than I thought. I cannot feel him here. How strange. What in Din's name are you babbling about now, you feathered menace? What? In our land, since the very beginning of time, an evil influence has permeated all. The king of evil, the demon lord Ganon. From the very dirt of the earth to even the first thoughts of an infant. If you dig deep enough, if you look closely enough, you will find his malice and hatred. The king of evil, Ganon. So he noticed too. Could it just be a coincidence? Naturally, when I speak of vanquishing foes, I speak of his creations. Deeply rooted in the most primordial evil, these foul beasts' only goals are for their own survival and for the misery of others. No being that has been touched by Hylia's grace would object to their destruction. It is as innate to our nature as breathing. And yet, here is a world without him. Is your world lucky to have been spared, or has ours been particularly unlucky? That I do not know. Perhaps this is even the very reason her grace has chosen this world to send us to. Do you have any idea what this is about? I think I do, actually. Really? I don't think it really matters what we're talking about, though. Right. Can we get back to the matter at hand, then? Why, what? Of course! I was just musing aloud. So, I don't suppose making noise any other way to wake the fish would suffice? You know, just screaming into its ear or something? Ho 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 ho! Of course not, my dear counselor. The windfish's sleep is not natural. A magical slumber like that can only be broken via magical means. Right. But what did you mean by that last part? Will something happen to Koholint when the windfish wakes? Koholint Island is a magical place born of the windfish's slumber. Once the Leviathan awakens, the magic keeping Koholint in place will dissipate. You mean... Hoot, of course. When the windfish wakes, Koholint will disappear, and nary a sight shall remain. What? Did you know about this? Well, truth be told, I suspected. Ah, clever lad, hoot. Yes, surely you have noticed. The only shop in town selling nothing but tools and equipment, shopkeepers with magical powers, villages of talking animals. Koholint as a whole is unnatural. It is a place made of dreams and nightmares. Villages of talking animals? I must have missed that part. What about the inhabitants, then? Where will they go when the island disappears? Where indeed? After all we've heard here, I think one thing has been made clear. My client has truly found himself in a life or death situation. This testimony fully corroborates that. On top of that, to escape the island, he had to go on a life-threatening quest. In order to survive this ordeal, he needed to be as well-equipped as possible. And the only way to get the needed equipment was from the store, which was charging exorbitant prices. These are all clear mitigating factors. And with that in mind, the defense asserts his punishments is far too severe. Indeed. This does paint the defendant in a more positive light. Appears the theft might have been necessary given his situation. Yes, that was easier than I thought. And it's still early enough to go back to sleep. That owl always used to annoy me a little, but it's really come to my rescue this time, hasn't it? Hoot! I'm only here to help, lad. I feel there is no need to further prolong this trial. While this court does not condone the defendant's act in and of itself, I do now believe that he has been punished too harshly for it. And so this court finds the defendant... Old man, surely you don't mean to tell me that you've woken me in the dead of night, just to make a farce out of this trial. Farce? But Mr. Dragmire, the defense has just presented a rather compelling argument. Compelling? Don't make me laugh. Yes, he had a reason to do what he did. All criminals have reasons. That's no justification. It wasn't just any reason. Survival was at stake here. Was it, though? You, bird brain! Who? Yes, what is it? You've said that the defendant was to go to visit a bunch of dusty old temples in search of the instruments. Tell me, were those instruments the only things in there? Hoot? No, I suppose they were not. Hoot? With structures as old as those, you're bound to find things left by previous inhabitants. Why, hoot, yes, I'm sure there would be a lot of treasure left in there too. Oh no. Treasure, money, all of that was within the brat's grasp. He could have easily gotten the funds to properly purchase the item he stole with only a little legwork. Wait a moment, it wouldn't be that easy. Those places were full of monsters and traps. Without any equipment, it'd be far too dangerous to go alone. Heh, get it?
Yeah, they gotta take this.
Oh, how quickly you've forgotten, defense. Try not to recall this flying menace's words from just a few moments ago. The young sword-bearer must thus search for 8 instruments of the sirens and play the ballad that will wake the Great One. Ah! Our little kleptomaniac had a perfectly good sword on him. He wasn't barehanded at all. No! All he was looking for was some kind of easy shortcut out of his predicament. Or maybe the little snake just wanted to keep all the treasure for himself. How dare you? I'm not some greedy treasure hoarder. Either way, the defendant might have had a reason for his theft. but I'd say that reason was likely nothing but selfishness. Hoot! Hoot! He wanted to keep the treasure? Now, Barrister, that's not even remotely possible. All of the treasure, as part of Koholint, would naturally disappear with it. Bah! That doesn't mean anything. The twerp might not have known that. Oh, come on! Just admit you're wrong! This is quite the pickle indeed. Prosecution has brought up some good points, but so has the defense. Furthermore, we seem to be out of testimony to discuss at this point. This will be a hard decision to make. Actually, that reminds me. There's something you kept bringing up in your testimony, Mr. Witness. Hoot! Yes, what is it? You often mention that Koholint is like a dream, or a nightmare. How literal is that? What are you going on about now? Of course it's not actually... Oh no, it very much is. What? What? I thought that point was clear. My apologies. Koholint only exists within a dream. We are in a dream right now, too, in fact. Oh my, this whole trial isn't real? I should have known. This whole thing was just way too fantastical. Well then, now that we've made that clear, I'm just gonna go and wake up, if you don't mind. Objection! That might be the wisest thing you've proposed so far, defense. But of course, it's not going to be you waking up. I'm the only real person here. I haven't the slightest idea how my mind conjured up this nonsense. Shouldn't have had that noble pursuit before bed. Oh, I suppose it wouldn't be the first time I've dreamt in the courtroom. Never been quite this vivid, but I guess this old man has quite the active imagination. That actually reminds me of, you see some, gags in, like, courtroom shows and, like, dramas and movies and such of people falling asleep in court. That's a real thing. There's been stories of, people have seen, like trial counsel, falling asleep, there have been prosecutors falling asleep, defendants falling asleep. Legal Eagle, Devin from Legal Eagle once saw a bailiff falling asleep, and somebody saw a judge fall asleep once. So, meanwhile, my imagination's been a bit overactive right now, I guess, and I haven't even had any noble pursuits. Please wait. Huh? You can't just wake up. What about me? What about you? You're clearly just an invention of my mind, brat. But hey, you want a resolution? No problem. Judge, declare a guilty verdict right now. Prosecutor Dragmire, I refuse to hand down a faulty verdict, even in my dreams. No, this won't do. I'll just have to wake up now. Here goes. Strange. I don't seem to be able to... What? Huh. If I may interject, I have said this is a dream, yes, but why would that mean that nothing here is real? Oh, be quiet, you pile of feathers. I banish you from my dream. Be gone! What is this? Am I stuck in this nightmare? Well, naturally, only one person here can actually control the dream. Everyone here is just along for the ride, so to speak. Are you saying everyone here is actually real, just sharing the same dream? Why, what? Of course. Her Grace chose one person to be the host. And Her Grace chose one person to be the host and then thrust the others into it. Preposterous! If this is all in the Green Brat's dream, then why doesn't he just remove this curse on his own? Preposterous? Not at all, my angry Gerudo friend. I never said he's the one in charge. He came from the dream world of Koholint, after all. Well, how did he wind up in someone else's dream then, you blasted buzzard? What? Having battled with Ganon before, he is of particular interest to the Demon Lord. The Evil One saw an opportunity and forcefully shoved him into the dream of the Windfish. A dreamscape he's been steadily perverting with his evil for many years. He infested it with his own creations, twisted it into a dangerous place, and imprisoned its creator within. As a result, that is also why our green-clad friend cannot wake up normally. But this world is free of Ganon. Whoever the host of this dream is could indeed just wake. Although I cannot imagine that Goddess Hylia would be very thrilled with that conclusion, having made all of that effort to bring her chosen hero here. How do you know all this? Hoot, why isn't it obvious? I myself am part of the Windfish's spirit. I could not just stand idly by when Hylia's own champion was dealt such a bad hand. And so, I've tried to lead you to the 8 instruments, and I reached out to Hylia for help with this predicament. I can hardly believe it. Well, who is it then? Who's the one controlling this dream? Hoot. That I do not know. That's something you'll have to find out for yourself. Whoever it is will have the final word in this trial. So that's it then. It all hinges on this point. Who is this dream's Windfish? I must consider all the facts. Oh, we brain blasting? Nice. Who is the one that Her Grace Hylia chose to control this dream? Could be one of these people? Dragmire, the judge. It can't be either of them, because they couldn't do anything. Both Dragmire and the judge have already conclusively proven that they're not the host of this dream. Who does that leave? Maybe one of them? The owl? The shopkeeper? No, they're from outside. It can't be them either. It can't be either the owl or the shopkeeper. They'd each have ended the trial in their favor by now if they were in control. And I already know that Thief isn't the one in control, so who does that leave? I'm in control. It's me. I am the host. Chat, this is kind of hard. Which answer should we go with? This is a tough one.
I am the host.
I'm kind of vibing with I am the host too. Let's go with that one. Whoa. I am this dream's Windfish. That's it. There's no doubt about it. Well, what are you looking so smug about? Isn't it obvious? I've just realized who must be controlling this dream. No, it can't be. I see you've realized it now, too. Oh my, you mean you're the one? Well, let's give it a try, shall we? What are you... Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh yeah, now this stream's getting good. And then they boned beneath the benches. Look, Marin? Defense, what did you do to Prosecutor Dragmire? Nothing bad. I just ejected him out of here. He's probably waking rather abruptly right about now. I decided it'd be nicer to have someone more pleasant to deal with on the opposing side. The prosecution has nothing more to add. The defendant's totally innocent. I won't stand for this. You can't just give yourself an easier opponent. That's a shame. Wait, who will give the verdict now? I know of one good candidate. Huh? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Will the defendant please step up to the stand? Is this really okay? I thought the goddess wanted a fair trial. Actually, she requested no such thing. What? The way the judge put it, the only stipulation was that someone else decide your fate. She decided that someone else should determine whether this punishment was just or not, to ensure her own biases would not affect the outcome. At no point did she specify how the decision should be made, or how many people should be making it. That still feels like cheating. Well, there's one easy way to find out if it's allowed or not. This court finds the defendant... Wait! I'm not having this! My product was still stolen, you know. What kind of justice is... Oh, okay, see ya. Don't interrupt me! Now then, once again, this court finds the defendant... not guilty! Yeah! Remove the thief moniker from the save file in your game pack? That's pretty cool. So, let's see. Your name is... Link. Oh. It's the same. Of course our names are the same. I'm not sure why you're surprised. In any case, I believe you should be getting back to your own world now. No more stealing, you hear? Of course not. Never again. Why are you looking all suspicious like that? Glad to hear that. Best of luck on your quest. And with that, court is adjourned. June 6th, 4:22 a.m. Link Legal Agency, Kakariko Village. Oh, okay, that's cool. What? Where? The office? Ugh, that's right. I stayed to catch up on work. I guess I must have fallen asleep reading case files. Yeah, what a crazy dream, though. What was it about again? I was in court, and then... Ah, darn. It's gone already. Can't remember a single thing. Oh well. The end. Yeah! We did it! And, it's a little earlier than usual, but we finished up what we wanted to do, so I'm gonna call stream there. Yeah, and heck yeah, as the kids say. Hello, Fungus. Thanks for coming in. I hope you're doing well. I've got a little musical project that I'm gonna be putting out within the next few days, and then I'll be working on my 100th cover. How about that? And yes, thanks. Yes, thanks. Yes, Fungus. Thanks. Have a good night. Yeah, I will be back on Friday playing whatever I decide to play. I'll try to make a decision before then, I promise. Yeah, until next we meet, friends, stay metal, be excellent to each other, party on. I'll catch you later.